life is a concept that has long appeared in the culture and mythology of many civilizations around the world. Humans have always sought ways to extend lifespan, cure diseases, and prevent death. In the modern scientific era, with continuous breakthroughs in science and technology, and greater understanding of the human body, it seems we are getting closer to a breakthrough. And answering the question about aging, can we live forever? Physically, humans are limited by several factors, including cellular lifespan, the accumulation of cellular damage over time, and the decline of organs and systems. Scientists are researching ways to overcome these limitations, such as using cell therapy, gene editing techniques, and anti-aging technology. However, these approaches are still in the experimental stage and there is no guarantee they will succeed. There are many technologies being created to extend human lifespan. Like science fiction, new technologies worldwide are striving to enable humans to achieve immortal life, or at least live longer in a healthy body. However, making humans immortal will require more than that. In many ways, technology has a better chance of preserving our essence, rather than our actual bodies, by using a person's digital footprint to create an accurate digital model of that person, which can then be displayed as a chatbot or a voice-based assistant. However, there are still many challenges to address before this can become reality, such as developing ways to store large amounts of data safely and efficiently, and creating interfaces that allow humans to interact with the digital world in a natural and authentic way. As we all know, eternal life is a long-standing human imagination and pursuit. It can be said that the pursuit of eternal life is the most primitive motivation for human creativity and development. There are two forms of eternal life. The first is the immortality of individuals. However, in the millions of years of life's evolution on Earth, this possibility has never occurred. Instead, there has been development and evolution from generation to generation. How long one can exist depends on material and genetic inheritance across generations. According to natural laws, the eternal existence of individual life is unreasonable and baseless. Because if individual life exists without evolving, the purpose of survival is clearly meaningless, and that would hinder the evolutionary process. The second form of immortality, as I introduced in the first part of the video, is when humans are developed to a certain high level. It is eternal life without the need for a biological shell. Human experience and wisdom can be stored and accumulated forever without the process of inheritance from generation to generation. Humanity has accumulated a great deal of knowledge and also discovered profound wisdom in many fields. However, human technology and knowledge are not synchronized and do not develop in parallel. The intelligence and potential of individual life have been unable to keep up with the speed of the knowledge explosion and the complexity of the world. But through neuroscience, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and other technologies to permanently store, accumulate, and manage human collective experience and knowledge, this is also a form of immortality. This immortality is the immortality of all living experiences of all humanity, not just the immortality of individual lives. If individual living experience and consciousness can be extracted like reading data, and individual living consciousness can exist in electronic form, then individual immortality can be realized in a virtual form. Regarding consciousness uploading, scientists have conducted research and exploration. Researchers have started testing with lower animals, taking memories from one sea snail and implanting them into another sea snail. There is evidence showing that at least a small part of memory is stored in genetic code. Scientists' experiments have shown that some memories are indeed encoded in molecules, forming the biological genetic mechanism. If we lived in a world like the one described in the Matrix, learning new things would be as simple as uploading them to the brain. In a laboratory in Los Angeles, a group of researchers successfully transferred the memory of a trained sea snail into the brain of an untrained sea snail. In other words, scientists have found a way to erase memory from one animal and implant it into another so that the second animal remembers what only the first animal knew. This revolutionary experiment was conducted by injecting ribonucleic acid, also known as RNA, a molecule called a cellular messenger, which performs several important functions, such as encoding proteins. Biologists use a sea snail species called a plesia, the snails used in the test are given an electric shock to the tail, allowing them to sense simple signals through the nervous system. These sea snails are then shocked multiple times, enhancing the defensive withdrawal reflex, a type of response expressing defense against potential harm. Then, when scientists gently tap these snails, they find that the snails previously shocked exhibit contraction for self-defense, with this period lasting an average of 50 seconds. Meanwhile, the snails that were not shocked only contracted for about 1 second, which is a simple reflex based on memory. Next, they extracted RNA from the nervous systems of the shocked sea snails and injected it into the non-shocked snails. Notably, scientists found that the snails receiving RNA from the shocked ones exhibited behavior as if they themselves had experienced the electric shock, with an average contraction time of about 40 seconds. Scientists at the University of California, Los Angeles demonstrated that they could successfully extract memories from a snail in the form of RNA and transfer it to another snail. Surprisingly, the snails that received RNA from previously shocked snails began to behave as if they had experienced the event themselves. Experts believe this breakthrough could support research on human neurology and memory. RNA research could also help treat people with traumatic memories and even aid in memory recovery after loss. However, this is only an initial experiment, and whether humans can achieve immortality remains speculative without reliable evidence. And whether a solution allowing humans to live forever physically or digitally is an exciting motivation for an eternal future. Or is it all an industry built on the hope for the unattainable and the fear of inevitable death, aimed at taking away everything valuable from us, or to help create a better life than the natural one? The answer depends on each person's perspective. Some people believe that immortal life is a good thing, allowing them to enjoy everything the world has to offer. Others believe that immortal life would lead to boredom, suffering, and even destruction. Subscribe to the Hidden_Realms channel to watch the latest videos.